welcome to the Race to Alaska podcast. Back again this week with 3 more teams. I'm sitting here with Jake Beatty, lead instigator.
Hello. Nice to be here as well.
Is it?
Well, one of the nice things is that to date, Race to Alaska, you and I remain unidentified in the Epstein files.
Oh, it's true. As of yet, how much has been released?
Millions of pages, thousands of pictures.
So small percentage numbers of the total.
In related news, I interviewed a youth team this week.
How was that chat?
It was great. They're a bunch of... What is it like when you're a 17-year-old and about to do your second Race to Alaska? That's pretty cool. Like, those are kids I want to hang out with.
Well, Jake, you're going on sabbatical here pretty soon, so we're probably not going to hear from you too much this podcast season.
It's true. I'm going to shove off. Well, first I got a boat project, and then I hope to shove off into Alaska with an engine and a sailboat. But we're a boat project away from that being a reality.
Great. Well, I'm going to try to squeeze you into the podcast as much as I can.
Like a size 2 miniskirt.
Yes, exactly.
Like that one time with a size 2 miniskirt.
Let's get into that interview and hear how you taught some teenagers to smoke cigarettes.
Thank you.
Teams, I got to tell you all. So I'm here with Odin, Teddy, Oliver, Henry, Issa on Team Darwin's Interns, which I am very critical privately of teams with puns in their names or other sort of bad team names. Darwin's Interns is so on brand. As soon as I read your team name, I'm just like, before I even know who's involved and before I knew it was a couple of veterans and before I knew it was all young people, I was like, y'all are perfect. Can you tell me the origin story of the name? And when you do so, whoever talks, just like say your name, just so people know who you are.
Issa, you want to do it or you want me to do
I'll
it?
do it. I'll do
Okay.
it. I'm Issa, and we had spent a month thinking about team names, and we met together and we sat down and we plugged into ChatGPT, give us Race to Alaska team names for young people and make them slightly inappropriate. And we just kept pressing make more for probably 3 hours.
Whoa.
That was on the lower end of the spectrum for bad names.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's a
Yeah.
high-end spectrum for band?
Oh,
What didn't
I
make
think-
it?
Oh, there
I think I got
was
some photo.
orgasmic velocity.
It was pretty
There
bad.
were some pretty bad ones.
It
Oh, there
was
was
a lot of semen jokes.
yeah, semen, salty semen. There was one that was hold my beer, I'm navigating.
There's some
Yeah.
good ones.
That one was good. Yeah, but then we started getting into the Darwin's things and then we really liked that one. So then we were like, oh, there was Darwin's Interns and then there was a few other Darwin's ones. And we were like, those are fun.
That's a fun one. It's really good. It's very, very, very on the cheek. It's good. Okay, so the other question I have is I have met Henry and Issa before in 2024's Race to Alaska. You're the seasoned veterans at what, aged 18 and 17 or something like this?
We're both 17, or we'll both
I'm
be
16.
17 when the race happens.
Okay, you will be 17, but going on. Okay, you're 16 going on 17 as the song goes. You've made this mistake before. The rest of you had bright futures. So Odin, Teddy, Oliver, why did you get peer pressured into this?
I guess I can start. I'm Odin. I've been on the team with everyone here, and I've been sailing with Issa a couple times. And and if you're putting together a team, I'd love to be on it. And I've been around this before. I know people who've done it. And I was out cruising this summer and I got a text. I was added to a group chat with everyone here, and that's kind of how it started.
You tell me your sailing exploits. Outside of dinghies, you've done stuff.
Yeah, my family has always sailed. When I was 5, we did a North Pacific loop down to Mexico, across to Hawaii, and finished up through Alaska. I've been to up north to Alaska, I think. Half. I've done 3 trips. When I was 1, my parents took me and my brother up to Glacier Bay. We did the way back, and then just went up a couple summers ago.
Teddy, Oliver, why are you the wayward youth on the water?
I
Do
Hi,
it
I'm
simultaneously. Yeah,
Oliver.
that's good. Answer at the same
Yeah,
time and try to say the same words. That's good.
okay. Um, I'm Oliver. I don't know. This summer, I kind of just decided my life had was going too smoothly and I needed some more problems. So, Henry and Issa were talking about it, and it was pretty easy to peer pressure me into doing it.
Man, that's a great answer. I love that. Teddy, how about you?
Um, I already live abroad most of the time, so I'm used to the small space. And I've known Issa and Henry for much too long, and the other two
Like
more.
3 weeks or
No,
what's too long when it comes to those two? How long is too long?
6, 7 years. I'm not sure, but yeah, I've been racing with them for a long time. This is something I've always wanted to do, so I didn't get to do it our freshman year, but now I'm getting to do it, and I'm super excited.
Okay, now to the veterans. Issa, Henry, you should know better. What the hell? Why twice? Like, I mean, I think like in my own life, the difference between like a really bad experience and a good memory is like a year and a half. Is that kind of the same, or like tell me about? I saw you on the finish line at Catch Can. Issa looked normal. Henry was like a pile of garbage. You were like you didn't know where anything was. You were like your boat smelled so bad, so
Oh
bad.
God.
Um, I wanted it was not good. But here you are, 2 years later, 1.5 years later, you're ready to go. What was that journey like? Tell me about that.
Well, I I don't know about Henry's experience, but I had a great time. And honestly, look, 2024 was like I don't know, the most like exceptional weather in all the history of the race, like sunny, light winds. Like I think we didn't see over 5 knots in all of Johnstone straight. It
Wind?
was yeah, it was dead. All of
Shut
Johnstone.
up.
We pedaled all up Johnstone.
We did a
So
lot of pedaling.
yeah, a lot of pedaling. I think we only reefed once. Like really, it was tame. It was really tame. And when we got to the finish line, I was like, damn, like, oh, I could keep going. Like this is like fun. Like I got into my like little like schedule. I'm having a lot of fun. And I enjoyed just being like on the boat and just like I don't know, like falling into like a nice little routine. But also I wanted to do it again because I wanted it to be more horrible. Um, and I wanted to, when I get to the finish line, to be like, oh my God, that was so bad. Like, get me off of this boat. Like, I had fun, but like, I need to like decompress. Like, I wanted to live on that boat after, but like, I want to like get off the boat and be like, wow, that was hard, but like, I had fun.
And that's how you got off, or you feel like you wanted more hard?
I wanted more hard.
You like had almost enough catharsis, but
Yeah.
not quite.
I wanted to be a little bit more miserable, honestly.
Can we all just appreciate you're screwed? Like as a team with this amount of fate tempting, like you're totally screwed. You've been bragging about Johnstone straight, you're screwed. I mean, someone's like, give it wasn't hard. Oh my God. Hubris. You say you're gonna learn about hubris.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I'm ready. I'm ready. No, I'm not ready.
are the rest of you though?
I agree with Issa on that. I kind of want to do it again because I felt like we didn't get the full race experience last time. Maybe not a good race experience, but I don't know. I think that it's fun to not be the only guy in a boat of girls this
I
time.
was thinking
Pretty
about that
excited
because
about
you
that
were the
part.
only guy in a group of girls, and Issa is now the only girl in a group of guys. And so, like, what? I mean, Henry, I don't mean to keep picking on you, but it felt like they were taking care of you like a pet, right? Like a pet who had lost all of his shoes. And so, like,
Um,
Issa, are you ready for this many pets, or like, tell me about your crew dynamic.
No, I think the crew dynamic's great, honestly. I think I think it's really balanced and I don't know, like they're all my good friends. Like I just have fun the whole time. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really mind being the only girl, honestly.
you'll find out eventually.
Yeah, I know.
It gets worse.
I wanted my life to be more complicated. Oliver, it gets worse. Henry, very good, very good. Okay, I'm curious. It's not all teenagers do the race to Alaska. It's still an optional activity. You're all friends. You're all doing the race to Alaska. I'm imagining you all seem like people who might have other friends who are not doing the race to Alaska. With those people, like what's the conversation like?
Um, Most of my friends don't really understand the point of the race. They don't really like, they kind of just think I'm going on a boat for a week.
Yeah, my friends are very similar. I think the sailing or all our teammates on the race team are all very, I this is really cool. I want to do it. And at least in my experience is similar to Henry's, where my kind of school friends or outside of sailing friends are like, what? Wait, what are you doing?
Yeah, I would say it's very similar. Like all the people I'm friends with who know how to sail are like, wow, that's so cool. Like, because they understand like what it is. And then if I tell people from my school, like friends who like don't sail or haven't been on boats, I only get like told like, wait, so there's no bathroom? Like you're gonna be stuck on a boat
Yeah,
with no shower or bathroom? Like,
it's always the pooping.
yeah, it's like, how are you
Yeah,
gonna poop? How are you gonna shower? You're the only
yeah.
girl? And I'm like, oh, I don't really care. So
Okay, I'm curious. What do your parents' friends say? Like they're like I remember what it's like to be a teenager a long time ago, and it's always like, look how much you've grown. Where are you going to college, and like, what are you up to? And like, once you get past the grown, and like, when you tell other adults who are in your orbit, like, what you're up to, what's their reaction?
The three general responses I get is either people who want to do it and haven't done it, or people who want to do it and have done it, or people who just look at you like you have some kind of problem.
Yeah, I'm with Teddy on that one.
I get a mix of I have some sort of problem and now's the best time to do it.
Now's
Yeah,
the best time to have your kind of
that's
problem.
yeah.
Right. It's like midlife crisis practice is in your teens.
We're getting prepared.
Okay. So
Okay.
Okay.
tell me about your boat. What boat are you taking?
We're taking Nomad. It's the same boat we did it on in 2024, I believe. It's like my favorite boat. I think it's kind of the perfect boat for the race. It's a little small, but it works well. It's pretty fucking tiny. And five people on that boat is there's not a lot of space.
I'm our local scuba diver for the boat, and it's a funny boat because somebody decided to paint the bottom this ridiculous shade of pink.
that was
It's just
us.
So it got pink bottom paint?
Oh yeah.
More of a pastel pink, I would call it. But when we first, if you look at the pictures in 2024, it's
But
like
you never
neat.
healed over far enough in 2024, it sounds like.
Yeah, no, we really didn't.
Um,
Like in the pictures, like it's probably like 1 foot of pink
Did
that
you
you
have
can
to
see.
did you have to do a custom mix of pink bottom paint? I've never heard of pink
We
bottom paint.
did, yes.
It's red and white.
Why pink?
Pretty fucking cool.
I I wanted something niche, something cool. Like I feel like you don't see you don't see a lot, and it's
yeah.
already like the top part of it is blue, so that's like already interesting. And we are like, well, why might as well like make it like it's like a gender reveal, like
Uh,
Yeah.
what gender is your boat?
non-binary. Actually,
Yeah,
it's
I
both.
appreciate that.
Yeah, we actually had this discussion about it on Sunday. We were like talking
Yeah.
about it.
We have very important discussions on our boat.
Yeah, yeah. This is
Yeah.
this is what we get up to in our meetings.
How does having a
Yeah.
gender non-binary boat give you an advantage?
Ooh.
Makes you faster.
I think the boat's more sure of itself.
You're fans of the bottom paint. You're fans of it being a small space. You're fans of it being gender non-binary. What are the things you're still working on? You got like 4 months to go.
Um, our old pedal drives were pretty so we're building new ones. That's our biggest project is brand new pedal
Yeah.
drives with a lot of changes.
the one of the things that makes me the most upset, thankfully, that we won't deal with during the race is our outboard that we're currently
God.
using has more problems. A ridiculous piece of pretty much every part of it doesn't work how it's
Yeah.
supposed to.
I think it's died pretty much every time we tried to dock.
Are you all doing your own construction on the pedal drives? You know this?
We are, yes. We're doing all of our construction.
Why do I think that's amazing? That was kind of an
Yeah.
ageist thing for me to say, which gets me on to the next topic, ageism. How much of that, when you're having these conversations, like it feels like the obvious thing that is an interesting story about your team is that you're all much younger than most people in the race. Do you get tired of that? Do you get tired of people like I'm more than just a 17-year-old. I'm also a human and I have like actual skills. Like, what's your relationship to the people's reaction to your age?
I feel like a lot of people in the sailing community are pretty respectful, regardless of age. Like on all the keelboats I've sailed on and boats I've sailed on, I've never really thought about people ignoring me because I'm young.
Just because you're not smart?
Yeah, they ignore me because I'm not smart.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mostly get like I get a lot of people like saying that they're really shocked that I know this much at my age, especially because
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Oh, I knew nothing about this like when I was your age, but I like," or like when I'm racing, because I'll race on keelboats a lot. Like I'll be doing like jobs, and people are like, "Wow, I'm so surprised you can do this well." I'm like, "Well, I sail a lot, so I mean it makes sense."
Issa, how much of that do you think is ageism versus sexism for you?
Honestly, I really don't know.
Yeah, fair.
I can't tell.
I think one benefit of being young in the sailing world is it seems like we get a lot of free stuff, which is pretty nice.
Oh yeah.
That's
People like
awesome.
giving kids stuff.
Candy? Don't stop for the vans. Don't stop for the vans.
I appreciate being young for it keeps it interesting. People don't expect it.
Yeah.
And
True.
also people aren't super competitive with you. And like
Ah.
sailors get angsty. They wanna compete. And when you're young, they feel like, we can probably beat them.
So they don't even, it's like your little rope-a-dope strategy where you're like, actually, I'm
Yeah.
awesome. Don't
Exactly.
pay attention to me. Well, I don't know what the average age is of our listeners of this podcast, but I'm guessing it's like 56. And as a megaphone to literally tens of listeners, what would you want to tell our listening audience about what people get wrong about your generation or teens in general?
That we're lazy. I guess the stereotype is like we all like sit on our phones and stuff, which is like somewhat true, but also we do cool stuff and we're smart and we if we really are interested in something, we'll do it.
We'll go buy a boat and race to Alaska.
Yeah. And that we can be responsible enough like to
Yeah.
actually have like do these big things.
Except for Oliver,
Yeah.
who's in prison. Uh, that was a great answer. I love that answer. Okay, so unbeknownst to these people, I've mailed you all a package. You're going to open it right now, go and unwrap it,
Okay.
and you
Okay.
should all
Okay.
see, if it's the right package, you should all see that it is a soft pack of filterless camels. Now everyone needs to pack it. Okay, open up the pack, take one out.
Okay.
Do you have a lighter? There should be a
Okay.
lighter in
Okay.
the package as well, and we're all going to have. Okay, we're going to have for our first
Oh,
cigarette
nice.
together. Okay, everyone get it lit?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
smooth. That's
Yeah.
smooth. Oh, Oliver, you're doing the French inhale. I did teach you the French inhale. Have you had a cigarette before?
How do you do this?
Oliver apparently knows already. Okay, I'm going to put it out because I think I'm in a no smoking building. But you keep smoking for the rest of the interview. That's fine. Don't tell your parents. Now that we're all having cigarettes, we've got to the part of the interview called the lightning round, which is I'm going to ask a series of unfair either or questions, and as a team, Team Darwin's interns needs to come up with an answer. Clear? Okay, don't ash on your foot, Odin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you rather have the current with you or the wind with you?
Wind.
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 Wind. Yeah. Depends on where you are.
I say wind.
Would you rather finish the race or have a good time?
Finish.
It's a hard question. I'd say
Oh,
finish because I'd have a good
finish.
time if I
Yeah.
finished.
Yeah.
Finish.
If you, this implies if you
Finish.
finish, you're not going to have a good
Yeah.
time. That's the implication.
Oh,
They're mutually exclusive.
Hold on, let me ask the question again. Would you rather
Yeah.
finish the race and have a bad time or not finish the race and have a good time?
that is
Oh,
harder.
now that's harder.
Yeah.
I
I like
feel
the
like
first one more.
I'd
Yeah.
like to finish the race.
Yeah. At least I can say I finished it.
Next one. Would you rather not have quite enough food on the boat or eat rehydrated food for 2 weeks after you get home?
Oh, rehydrated food.
Rehydrated.
Yeah,
Rehydrated food is good.
I think first
I
one. I
enjoy
think
it.
I'd rather have low food at the end.
This one has a right answer, and Henry got it. The rest of you are monsters. Would you rather have blisters on your hands or blisters on your ass?
Blisters on my ass.
Oh, hands. I'm so good at hands.
On my ass, because then I can lay on my stomach. Yeah, we can bring hemorrhoid pillows.
Last one, $10,000 or steak knives?
Steak knives.
Oh,
Steak knives.
steak knives.
Steak knives.
That's awesome.
Second is the best.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's pretty much the end of our time. I pulled all the questions about internet porn to save both of us embarrassment. But like, are there any questions you guys have of me, or like anything you want to talk about that I didn't cover?
Secret shortcuts. Come on.
Secret shortcuts.
Yeah, like specific islands we have to go past.
Yeah.
I mean, the route's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, well, the one anecdote that you may or may not know, Odin, is that you are not the first Odin to be in the race to Alaska, and you're not the first 16-year-old Odin to be in the race to Alaska. I just offer this as a cautionary tale because there is another Odin who was 16 in his first race to Alaska. He's now done it 3 times. He also now has a neck tattoo of wings. That man can smoke. He just chain smoked the whole time, and it looks like he's hiding a small Viking in his shirt. Like it's so be careful. Be careful of which the path in front of you is full of shoals and misdirection.
Okay. I'll keep it in mind. Thank you.
Unless that's your goal, and then you're well on the right path.
All right.
That's fine. Okay. Well, nice to meet you all. Nice to talk to you all in person again or Zoom again. What are you going to do tomorrow? What's your next training task?
We have a meeting with all the parents, and we have to impress them with our responsibility and organization.
Hide your smokes.
Okay.
Cheerio, all. I'll see you sometime during the race. You might see me in catch can. You might see me in the race course. You never know.
All right. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
How is that dude my boss? Hey, one thing we didn't mention about Darwin's Interns is that they are this year's sponsored team by our sponsor, Fisheries Supply. Go to fisheriesupply.com if you need anything for your boat. They're awesome. Actually, run down there in Fremont. Go to the store. You can spend hours down there. Okay, next up is a Race to Alaska podcast first. This team happened to be in town, shot me a text message, so I said, hey, come over to my place. So we recorded this one at my house on one microphone. So if the editing is not up to your standard, I apologize. Here they are, Team Calorically Dense. Yeah, so this is the first ever interview from the home of the race boss, from Shea Boss.
Damn, that's got some extra good vibes to it then.
Yeah.
I'll say. Well, thank you for accommodating us. Just
no worries.
We came up because Ryan is from Oak Harbor, and so we figured Port Townsend was a good place to meet and check off all the stuff we have to do on the boat before we actually race. So that was the impetus today. Get a team picture with our sweet shirts.
Retro.
Those are sweet.
1978. Calorically dense shirts.
So where do I get one of those shirts?
I'll make you one of those shirts.
I am such a what is the word? I just am constantly drooling over team swag. So
I will make sure you get one.
Well, you did walk in with a jar of peanut butter.
Yeah,
that's your move.
Hey, it's calorically dense food. Right?
Absolutely. I guess I do have to say for listeners so they understand why you're calorically dense. Clark Bowen, CB's nuts, out of Kingston. Very good peanut butter. So you just came with my next jar of peanut butter. You gave me a jar of peanut butter back at a Blazer party.
Yeah.
I believe you told me it was a top secret recipe.
Top secret.
Is it still?
No. In fact, that's at market now. That's what I really wanted to bring you was the finished one. But that'll wait. There'll be time. I'll get you one.
Well, I guess you can have just a full-on plug here. Everybody go buy some peanut butter.
Everybody buy some peanut butter. We'll be having some to hand out at the race too. So
Ooh.
Race start. Yeah.
That's a good reason to come.
Absolutely.
If for nothing else, eat some peanut butter.
Eat some peanut butter. That's right.
So what's the stuff that y'all needed to do to your boat?
Well, we had just started the Washington 360, like just started, and we realized there was a boot missing from the spreader. So that ripped our light sail right away. And plus the light sail was just incredibly old. So as Jeff said, I think it took a first puff of wind and was going to disintegrate like one of those mummies from one of the movies, just fall to pieces. So we've got the sub spreader. We've got our backstay broke that Ryan remembered from Washington 360s. We're just getting across the strait. So we got to repair that. We want to put a small diesel heater in so we can stay warm.
We had some harrowing moments at Washington 360, so we also decided to add a reef point in the sail. So the sail that we'll be using, I think maybe that might come in handy.
Tell us about your harrowing moment. Sounds like an overpowered moment.
It was an overpowered moment. So I think it was like 1 o'clock. We're heading into the Georgia Strait.
Wait, like dark 1 o'clock?
Yeah,
Okay.
dark 1 o'clock in the morning. We decided to go for it, and there was a little bit of mystery what it was going to look like at Point Roberts for us. None of us had been there. We weren't exactly sure, but we were going to go for it. So the wind picked up. I think we were approaching 30 knots, and the sail was overpowered, and so we got stalled. We got the head sail down, and then we sailed in with just the main and one reef point. But I think all of us at that point were like, another reef point might come in handy. But that was probably the most harrowing moment of the journey, just because it was open water. There was lots of swell. We were all tired.
We were delirious.
We didn't know exactly where we were going.
Yeah, just for reference, we thought those. If you're looking at Point Roberts at night, there's these two on the Canadian side, beautiful industrial. They're shipping ports, right? Mm-hmm. And we're like, well, damn, that's quite a marina. So we're just like, we're just making a beeline to this big illuminated marina. I think it was finally Ryan's like, dude, that cannot be the marina.
Well, we're using Google Maps to get us there.
A classic navigation tool.
You didn't have navigation, your hands are cold, and you touch the phone, and you're not even where you're sailing. And so then you turn it off because it's too late to try to figure out how to make it work.
Did you wind up finding the actual mark?
No, Ryan wanted to find the mark, and I think there may have been an FU in there somewhere.
We went around the buoy the next day.
Oh, you found the mark the next day.
In the morning, it was like 12 o'clock after we ate. We went out there and went around it, but we searched for it. We floated probably 100 feet from that mark for about an hour.
Yeah,
because the current was pushing us one way, and the wind had us going the other way, but we were too tired to know if we were actually moving.
Yeah,
and we were still looking at those lights, which you can't tell if you're moving. And when you don't have water speed or GPS speed, you just float there.
Yeah, we got this boat for $2,300, folks. It didn't come with much, and we just said, what the hell, we're going for it. And we did, and we made it.
And now that mark that we placed up there, we got that from Fishery Supply, and then someone was headed up that way, and then we know some wonderful people who live in Point Roberts with a boat. Hey, so I told him, just go put it in. I told him really shallow, and it wound up being a lot closer to the beach than I realized.
Yeah, it was really close to the
Nice.
beach.
Yeah. I love that. We'll do it again next time. 100%.
Yes, very nice folks in Point Roberts. So that was awesome. We got driven to the store and the cafe.
Oh, that's sweet.
That was great.
So you were super prepared for Washington 360, it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm very prepared.
It's just these three guys. He was planning to be on the team, but had to bail because of commitments. And I raced solo on the Team Indy. Never. Ted, why are you sailing to Squim? This is the race boss.
It's hard to remember all those phone calls in the things. I don't know what's going. Were you sailing to Squim? Is that what's going on?
I'd overshot the mark when I was coming back, and my wife's like, "The race boss says, where are you going?"
Oh, weird. Okay, so now you're together as 5 of you on this thing, and you're going to Alaska. Who spent time in any of those waters between here and there?
I have. Yeah, I've transited a couple of big power boats up that way.
Okay.
So. Been around Cape Caution, been up through the different passages and whatnot. So
you're like the ship's navigator. You're the
I'll probably
voice of wisdom.
navigation will probably fall upon me.
All right, let me ask you this: will you be using Google Maps?
No.
No.
I've got some good notes on my navionics that I took up there the first time, so I'll probably be using that.
And Ryan's you're building a tech package, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have all the navionics.
Oh, yeah?
Something that we can take off the boat, just in case the boat sinks. We don't lose the expensive part of it.
Oh, because the boat's $2,300.
Yeah,
Right.
And we don't want to lose the navionics.
Plus the new spreader boots.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Okay, so how'd you get the team name?
So it was Kyla from Team Tips Up during the Race to Alaska, where she was doing the podcast, and she was talking about, in a very professional, very serious manner, the importance of calorically dense foods. And I was like, well, I know where to get some calorically dense foods. And so really, we owe it to her for our team name. It has to do with that, we'll be eating tons of calorically dense peanut butter on this trip. So
Is that the main staple?
I think so. It was that and meat sticks.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you like?
We had 3 cases of peanut butter, I think.
I bet you do. Yeah, I mean, as a purveyor of peanut butter, you don't get tired of peanut butter.
No,
Really?
no. I eat so. That's why I can't lose any weight. I eat so many peanuts and peanut butter. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
So John and Kayla, they'll be back.
Oh yeah.
Did you know that?
I didn't.
They are. They're coming back, and they've added a 3rd hull and a 3rd crew member.
No way.
So you're gonna need to bring them some peanut butter.
I will.
So are you competitive?
We're going to try to be. I mean, the 5 of us are 5 in order to hopefully not stop. That would be the idea. I mean, our Tartan 10, she's a fast boat. I mean, we got to know her well. Ryan, who's our Formula 1 driver, he liked sailing her.
She points very, very well, and
Cuts through water.
to the extent we're sailing upwind. She's not as great downwind, so so that could be impactful. But that's, as I understand it, not something we're probably going to run into a lot. Even though you never know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Do you have a secret weapon on the team?
Yeah, I would say Ryan's probably our secret weapon.
Yeah.
Like, he wants to just keep the pedal to the metal, man. He just wants to go.
I just say that I like to challenge myself. Like I wouldn't say I'm competing with like everyone else there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to like do the best I absolutely can and do every measure I can.
What do you do for a living?
I run a construction company.
Ryan's also Marine Search and Rescue, so he's got some.
Oh, is that so?
Some chops.
So today you were getting some work. The boat's here?
No, boat's in Kingston.
Okay.
We just wanted to meet as a team.
Gotcha.
Just, look each other on the face, get some winter sailing on the calendar, so we can just practice as a team together. A couple sails that way. Get our team photo together for the registration.
I will say one other good, interesting point. Our pedal drive during 360 stopped working. I think, it didn't work
Under
originally.
the Narrows Bridge.
Yeah, under the Narrows Bridge.
On the way
But we did have a
south.
10-foot paddle we used to paddle our 33-foot keelboat through the water. But one of the big things that we're working on now, given that experience and the frustration that caused at the 360, we're putting some time and energy into making that a leverage point. Honestly, something that makes us better and faster, and not something that's an Achilles heel like it was last time.
Are you doing a single pedal drive, or are you upgrading to 2?
Upgrading to 2.
Nice.
Yep.
Strong move.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ted's a strong cyclist. So one
I would
reason
say
we brought him on.
that's my superpower. Because I look back on 360 and I don't even remember pedaling much. And I know I had to pedal for 24 hours, like Puget Sound Navigation did at least. So I can just go and go and go. I mean, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
I've heard for this race anyways.
Seems to me at this point, it's kind of been figured out how to push one of these boats the best, but maybe there's a next evolution. What might that be?
I mean, I thought Dark Star's their paddle wheel was pretty amazing. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, the paddle wheel
It's impressive. I mean, you think about it, as long as you have the horsepower behind it, you're certainly moving more water.
Yeah.
So we're using little, which is pretty well known at this point. A lot of conversation around this, but we're using the AC props, the remote control aircraft props with a certain pitch that AI told us fits our boat perfectly. And hey, AI got us underneath the Port Townsend Canal Bridge with what, 13 inches to spare?
That's all you had, huh?
Did all the math for us.
AI doesn't do math that well, I've noticed.
Yeah, well, it took into account several
There's just
factors.
no accountability. That's the problem.
Who's this AI guy?
Yeah.
Do you have a delivery south plan, or are you just really just aiming on the northbound leg right now?
I mean, we'd like to keep the boat. Both Jeff and Bruce are on the board. Bruce is our sailing coach for Sail Kingston Cove and our high school team, the Kraken. And we'd really like to see that boat potentially become a platform for younger racers. There's no reason high school kids shouldn't be doing the 360.
Yes.
And so we want to try to get it back, donate it to potentially the second thing I did after buying a boat was hand him the title.
Yeah.
So the idea is to potentially get that to our nonprofit and have that be a platform for the kids to learn on.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, so we'd like to get it down. We haven't figured it out yet exactly. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's listeners out there who are willing.
We've got a way to get the
motor up and back.
Yeah.
Back. We'll reinstall it in Ketchikan, so that'll be good. The interior is very sparse. She's been totally stripped out for racing, but just a great boat. Just a great boat.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, ask me a question.
What's your craziest sailing boat? That's I know one year, was it the last time you had one of these? You had a 16-foot Hobie that made it.
Well, that was Tips Up.
Yeah, that's Tips Up. What anything interesting or that stands out to you in terms of interesting, courageous boats that are?
Oh shoot! I mean, there's been so many, and remember, I'm the second race boss, so I don't have firsthand memory of anything before 2022.
Right.
But so I have apocryphal histories.
Yeah.
There was Team Sail Like a Luddite aboard the very old British fishing boat called Ziska that lives here in Port Townsend, a boat that I have admired a long time. Big ass, heavy, wooden gaff rig boat. I think that we determined that it sailed more miles than anyone to Alaska. It just it does not point.
Right.
There's that. I mean, in the first year that we had a youth team Rite of Passage, it wasn't so much their boat. I mean, it's a Santa Cruz 27, but we weren't expecting to have a fully youth team in Race to Alaska. It kind of took us by surprise, and then they turned out to kick a bunch of people's asses doing it.
Awesome.
There's just so many teams. It's really hard to keep them all straight. I'm not actually, I've said this many times, I'm not myself a racer. Going fast isn't my thing. I came up on tall ships and stuff that goes slow. Mm-hmm. And so I enjoy light air sailing and fussing around. And so I get drawn to things like Fairly Fleabag in 24.
Oh, yeah.
Liam on his Contessa sailing his wood stove to Alaska, that kind of stuff. That really works for me, doing it in just the way you feel like doing it.
Right.
Having said that, I would like to see someone beat the speed record, the Mad Dog speed record, which is 3 days, 22 hours.
Wow. Anyone from Oracle coming up, maybe?
What about you? You got any Race to Alaska boats that you just think about?
I think this is the first Tartan 10.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty stoked. I mean, it's Sparkman Stevens design. It's a club racer on the Great Lakes. So we have a bunch of folks that are going to be watching us from the Great Lakes. It's the Helly Hansen World Championship. That's the platform they do this on. So there are some very nice old Tartan 10s in marinas in Chicago. And they baby these things. Our boat came out from the Great Lakes. And so pretty excited. Several people in that community are really stoked they think she's going to do great.
Yeah,
so,
it's a very big and very dedicated community of sailors on a single design. And Clark's been the one communicating with them, but they are very eager to see what we're doing and how we're doing it. And I think it's going to give a ton of publicity in the Great Lakes area for sure, because that's where they're big. So
I mean, it would just be cool to know that she can compete against, the classic Race to Alaska, but the Santa Cruz 27s. What else? What's another classic?
Olsen 30s.
The Olsen 30,
The Olsen 30, the Hobie 33s are coming.
Yeah, just that she can hold her own, which I think she can. So, especially with this group.
Yeah, let's see it. So, speaking about publicity, is there any way that the people can? Do you have any online avenues people can look at you?
We will. I got the CB's crew involved wisely because I will not end up doing it, and so they'll get our Insta going. There will be things very shortly coming.
All right. In the meantime, they can just go buy peanut butter.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? The sailing organization you talked about in Kingston. We can check it out online.
Yeah, Sail Kingston Cove. It's a youth sailing program. We have a summer camp. One of a few, but we've got really good feedback on our camp because of the actual amount of sailing that young sailors get. And then we also have had a high school sailing program. As part of that, we're looking into evolving into even adult sailing and larger boats like we were talking about earlier. But Sail Kingston Cove, if you have young kids who want to learn how to sail in a really amazing place in Kingston, Washington, it's a fabulous place to do that.
All right. And then later on, send them up with me to Alaska.
And then we'll see if we can Calorically Dense can go up to Alaska with the youth sailing group next.
That's awesome. Well, guys, thanks for stopping by the house.
Thank you, Ray Spot. Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks, Jesse. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
What a fun group. Thanks for coming over to my place the other day. And thanks for the peanut butter, Clark. Next up and last on this week's episode is Yoda Kano. He is the soloist competing as Team Rainey. He'll be paddling to Alaska. Hey.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Where are you right now?
I'm Prince Rupert in the office.
Thanks for chatting.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Are you excited? Not to talk with me, but with the race.
I have been dreaming about the race for almost 3 years since Martin told me about the race.
Well, first, hey, Team Rainey.
Yeah.
You're a solo in your rock pool 17. You live along the course in Prince Rupert, so you kind of have a different perspective than other people. I find that interesting. So I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about Martin. I want to talk about how many boats you probably own. So let's start with your team name. You wrote that you're named after a whale.
The whale and the city I live, Prince Rupert.
Yeah.
So Prince Rupert is kind of known as the rainiest city in Canada. So it's kind of named after the city, and there's one of the killer whale named Rainy.
Have you had encounters with that whale on the water?
No, but I have encountered other kind of killer whale during sea kayaking.
So we've only had a couple of teams who live along the race course. There's been some people who live in Bella Bella. And I've noticed, the race is really hard. And for those who are doing a human powered, it takes a long time. It's going to be several weeks. There's always the danger that you're going to be, the whole time you're going, you're heading towards home. And then at some point, you're going to have to pass your house when you could just hang a right and go sleep in your own bed. Is that going to be hard?
I don't think so, because I work for one of the First Nation group. It's 70 kilometers south of Prince Rupert. Kind of I feel home when I enter the territory. So
your home isn't so much like where you're living exactly, but the whole area.
Yeah.
Tell me about the work you do there.
I work as a fisheries biologist for the Kikatra Nation, one of the coastal First Nations in the BC. So I do a bunch of field work, like a herring spawn survey and a crab survey. So maybe in March, the herring spawn is happening around the area. So I plan to paddle to the community, 70 kilometers, and spend 1 week or 2 weeks and do a herring survey. And then once the walk's done, I just paddle back as I plan to do it.
That's really nice. It's, I haven't been up that direction. When the race happens, I'm usually on a power boat and I'm driving our media team around, but at some point I have to get to Ketchikan, so I fly there. So I never get to do the whole route. So
Okay.
I'm pretty jealous of you getting to be up by the Skeena and all those wonderful places. There's so
Yeah.
many cool videos of you, by the way. The listeners, they should check out your YouTube channel. It's Yoda Kano, Kano. Search that name. You've got such amazing videos of you in all of these rapids. It looks like that is your happy place, just being
Yeah.
where the water is white.
Yeah. The Prince Rupert is paradise for me
Uh-huh.
because there's a nice tidal waves, Batsy Rapids, just 5 minutes drive from my home. Yeah, so the tide is kind of the waves appears during the spring tide,
Hmm.
so every 2 weeks. So when the tide is small, I just go into the harbor and the paddle, and when
Yeah.
the tide is big, I just go to the Batsy Rapids and surf and come back.
I was talking to a friend who was also watching your videos, and we were talking about how, Seymour Narrows. We talk about Seymour Narrows a whole lot about the race because the people who are sailing, that's a pretty you have to really approach it in the right way. But we were talking about how you might time it so that you hit it when it's running the wrong way on purpose, and that maybe you'll just hang out there much longer than you need to.
Yeah. I already checked the tide tables at the Seymour Narrows, and okay, this is the time to go past and
And go play.
yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about Martin. You and Martin Rother, who, if fans remember, he raced a few years ago, and he'll be back this year too. And how did you get to know him?
It's 3 years ago, 2023. I was thinking about getting another surf ski at that time, and so the Bob Coast Outdoors kind of kayak store owner
Mm-hmm.
introduced the Martin, and I had a conversation with Martin, and he told me you should buy the Rockpool Tarrant. It's a really fun boat. So then I decided to buy it. And once I got the boat, he told me you should do the race to Alaska.
You're gonna be traveling together, you think?
We are talking about it. So if the pace is much up and we just paddle together, and
Mm-hmm.
if something happens, if the pace doesn't match up, maybe
Sure.
separate and paddle up. But regardless of the race, I have to paddle back to Prince Rupert. So
Who between you is more competitive?
ah, I think Martin is faster than me always. So I think he's very competitive.
Well,
Yeah.
he got ill last time around, right? So,
Yeah.
but maybe we'll just spike his drink with something and you can keep up. Okay, so you paddle like it looks like every type of paddle sport is of interest to you. You do whitewater stand-up paddleboarding, you do canoeing, you do whitewater kayaking, rapids kayaking, you do ocean kayaking. And you've been doing this stuff for like 20 years. How did you get into it?
Oh, I started the kayaking from the university.
Hmm.
So I always loved the kind of water sports and the kind of hobbies around the water. So I started with fishing when I was a high school student. And then when I entered the university, I wanted to do some kind of water sports. So there was a kayak club, and then I joined. And the kayak club mainly the whitewater kayaking. And then one of the members told me, "You want to join the Yukon canoeing trip?" And we went there, and I loved it. And then since then, I'm paddling mostly every day, I think.
Every day.
Yeah,
How many days a week now do you get on the water?
5, 6 days on the water, but that depends on the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, up north coast, it's southeast winds blow so hard, and sometimes I cannot get on the water. So, but there's a couple other kind of little streams, so I take my cut a slalom boat out there and then just put on the water and paddle.
Okay, so how many boats do you have?
I have one slalom boat and one whitewater kayak, and I have two stand-up paddle boat for the whitewater and one touring stand-up paddle boat and one surf ski and the sea kayak. I bring Rockport Island. I bring it to the race to Alaska. 7-ish, I think.
7-ish. I bet there's one or two more stuck in a closet somewhere. Sounds like. But you've never done a long trip like this before.
Yeah, the long trip I had is a 10 days trip
Okay.
around the Prince Rupert. There's so many tidal rapids around the Prince Rupert, so I took my sea kayak and I went to some of the tidal rapids.
So you've paddled a ton around Prince Rupert and in other places, but where along the course have you been thinking about the most?
Yeah, just want to go outside after Cape Caution. So I didn't want to go more of the familiar area to me. Personally, I don't want to go through the Granville Channel.
You do or you don't?
I don't want to. I find it's not kind of appealing to me.
Speaking of like big open water, the first day, the proving ground, it can be trouble for the human power teams because you have that period of time that you have to get across.
Yeah.
Then the weather can come. Last time around in 2024, we had a couple of teams who tried to take a different route. They went an entirely different way around. They portaged across Whidbey Island and they did all these different things. They didn't wind up making it to Victoria.
Yeah.
But it's a big water crossing. What's the biggest open crossing that you've done?
On the Haida Gwaii, there's a national park area. And one day I paddled with my friend to cross to one of the World Heritage site. I think it was just a 20K crossing, but it was really sweary. Yeah, I really wanted to do Hickett Strait crossing last year, but kind of weather, my time and the weather didn't kind of match up, and then I couldn't do it. Maybe one of my bucket lists.
It sounds like you're a guy who has a lot on your bucket list.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that Race to Alaska is a nice big check box that you get to cross off maybe more than once, and look forward to meeting you in person. And just go out there and paddle for the rest of us. The rest of us are stuck to our desks and just dreaming about being places like you're in right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yoda, good to talk to you.
Nice talking to you, Ian.
See you in June.
See you in June.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode. Until next week, make sure that you're checking out everything at racetoalaska.com. Go hit up fisherysupply.com. And I don't know, get out sailing, get out on the water. See you next week.